All right, so welcome back, people, to MG Sports TV. Hopefully, you guys are doing good and everything is okay. So, we're going to have a few things we want to discuss, but mostly, I think we're going to touch a lot on the Jamaica Premier League playoffs. We're going to touch a lot on that. We're also going to discuss shortly, basically briefly, on Ethan Pinnock's return, in which is good news for Reggae Boys, Reggae Boy supporters, and most definitely the Brentford supporters. Big up on yourself. Thank you very much for tuning in. Really, really appreciate it. Massive support as you come in. I would really appreciate it if you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Totally. It has been a long while. It's been a long while since I've done a live stream. A live stream in a podcast format. It has been a whole long while since I've done it. But nevertheless, I'm really appreciate you guys just taking the time out of your busy schedule to drop in and have this small discussion. And at present, we all know that sometimes things don't really work out how we want it to be. So we expect that hopefully this stream can run in a smooth manner. Or can say, at least we learned a few things. We understand. We learned a few things and we can take something from it. So anyways, let's touch on Ethan Pinnock. We all know Ethan Pinnock has been out for a good time period now. He has been out for. And since his return, today game that he played today, what Brentford played today, he had actually a very outstanding performance in my view. Let me just run. I'm give you guys some just a little bit of statistics from the game, from Ethan Pinnock's performance today. In my view, it's been a long while since he hasn't played, but he's back with an outstanding performance. Actually had a few shots because he also scored today, so that's brilliant as well. Registering a goal, coming back and registering a goal, also with a spectacular defensive performance. I'm going to have a look at his defensive number: 100% tackles won, aerial duels 55%, ground duels 50%, 4 clearance, 1 interception, 2 ball recovery, and committed 1 foul. Also lost the ball 12 times. That's actually a lot, especially for a centre back. That's a lot. I thought it was really solid. Because when I was watching the game, I saw Luton punching some high balls in the center of the park, and I think Luton basically they kind of understand what he has to offer, because if you check his numbers where defensive numbers or statistics are concerned, he is basically one of the best in the country, in England, where his defensive statistics are concerned. But overall, I thought it was a very astonishing and outstanding performance from Ethan Pinnock. But I think Wisa scored 2 goals, so more than likely they will give Wisa the man of the match. But I thought that overall, Ethan Pinnock was very solid in my view. Inter Miami score again? Or never Messi? Almost Messi again. Messi can't have score. He hit the bar. He scored earlier and he hit the bar now. More than likely Messi again. Yeah, that's the GOAT. DV May Ram GOAT. Anyways. Busquets. No, it's Busquets. Oh, interesting. All right. Anyways, that's not what we have to discuss. So overall, I thought Ethan Pinnock was really good. I thought he had a tremendous performance. I'm hopeful that he will stay fit. You already know that the World Cup qualifiers are coming up right around the corner. World Cup is coming. The Copa America is coming up as well, because I see 1 and 2 players who are picking up some niggling injuries. Even Andre Blake at this present moment is out due to injury, and I do believe that. I hope say it not really continue. It's not an elongated type of injury, so I hope they kind of cut short in no time at all, because we don't want that. We don't want that injury to continue. We don't want that injury to persist. It's definitely not the ideal situation. Anyways, we're going to talk about the Jamaica Premier League now, because it's certainly one of the Messi assist the goal has to be involved. It is an area that I wanted to cover from early out. The Jamaica Premier League. I think most of you guys would have already seen the fixtures and how it's situated. Let me just fix this. All right, so I just put the first round of the playoffs. Because I've shown the first round of the playoffs, which is what's really, really important right now. So the first round of the playoffs are what really, really important. And these games will be played on Monday at Sabina Park. Monday at Sabina Park. First matchup we have is Portmore United. Second matchup we have is Waterhouse versus Tivoli. Now, we're going to go a little bit more details surrounding each team and how their season have been progressing so far. I think that's the ideal way to look at it and break it down. Do it as per team. In my view, I think that is the ideal way. Anyways, let's first have a look at the first matchup, as I said. Let's start off with Waterhouse. Now, every time I start off with Waterhouse, because you don't know, say, now I leave the best for last. And the reason I'm saying best for last is because throughout the season, I think Portmore United and Arnett have been two more, I would say, more consistent. Well, Tivoli has been consistent, so yeah, wrong term, I would say. Because Tivoli have been really, really consistent in my view. Anyways, let's touch on it. Waterhouse versus Tivoli. Now this is going to be an interesting game. Now the problem with knockout football is this, right? Knockout football, anybody can win. That is the problem. So it's a two-legged game. The problem, as I said, with knockout football is that anybody can win it. Anyone can turn up on the day and win this game. Now, the ideal situation is the most consistent team through the league, through the season, would be the more likely team to get the first result. And based off that statistics, that number, at present moment, Tivoli Garden would be that team. And overall, I think Tivoli Garden would actually get the nudge for that one. I think overall Tivoli is having a really good season. They're one of the top teams in scoring goals. And Waterhouse is a team that don't necessarily keep clean sheet as per I would say. Let me see if I can bring up the statistics. May I try bring up the statistics. Jamaica Premier League. All right, so let me look. We'll look on it now. So I'll look on the season. So Tivoli conceded 23 goals, scored 51. They're the highest scoring team in the league. Waterhouse conceding 22, scoring 38. So you obviously see what's Waterhouse's problem. Scoring goals was their biggest problem. Just like when they were playing against they were fighting Montego Bay for the playoffs, right? And what happens is that Montego Bay weakness would have been conceding goals, and they would have definitely conceded too much goals. But the two teams where the defensive structure is concerned is very, very similar. The difference here is the two teams are scoring at a different rate. Tivoli Garden scoring at a very, very significant rate. Basically, I would say it's 2.0 goals per game, whilst Waterhouse has scored maybe 1.5. Maybe 1.5, thereabout. So goal scoring is where the difference separate these two teams. And that would actually be shown in their results as well, because they have similar amount of drawn games, similar amount of wins as well, and similar amount of loss. But the big problem is the big problem here is I would say, in my view, Tivoli Garden would be the ideal team for me to say, no, that team is going to go through. But as I said, the big problem here is this is a knockout game. And a question can be asked is this Waterhouse team an ideal team for knockout competition? Big up yourself, Jason Guna. Away grow rule, fresh God, I remember, you know. I remember, fresh God, away grow rule still affect. I don't think so. I don't think it play. I don't think he played. I'm not sure. I've got seek some information upon that. Jason Guna. I've got seek some information upon that. Big up yourself, fresh God. Big up yourself. Away goal rule. Big up yourself, Simon. Massive respect. Yeah, man, me good, you know. Me know, man, me good, man. Fitzroy, big up yourself as well. The problem we have with Tivoli Garden is that goals they can't and not they're not Tivoli Waterhouse that they're not scoring enough goals. Their leading goal scorer is Javier Bryant. So the big part about this is both teams have two of the leading goal scorers in the league. In Waterhouse having Javier Bryant and Tivoli Garden having Justin Dunn. So I have to say, incredible job done by Jerome Waite with Tivoli Garden this season. Tivoli Garden, who finished 11th last season, rise to the occasion this season, finishing 3rd. That would have shown the work that Jerome Waite would have put in throughout the preseason and the entirety of the season. So I have to say, big respect to Jerome Waite in that achievement. I have to say, it is massive. It is really, really massive. But if I should go right out and say, no, I have to go for a team, in my team, it might be a bit too biased towards the teams that are doing well in the season, because as I said initially, the cup games can swing any direction. But for the aspect of Tivoli Garden and how we see them play so far this season, boy, I feel like I have to give Tivoli the one. Why fuzzy? I have to give Tivoli the one. So someone who know Marcel Gale is a coach of Waterhouse. Not the most consistent season for Waterhouse. And funny enough, Waterhouse have been one of the highest runner-ups in the Jamaica Premier League. They have been second place so much time. So this is not new environment for them. This is nothing new for them. This is familiar territory for Waterhouse. And they tend to normally do good throughout the season. And then this is the part where they fluff the bag at this stage. This is the stage where they tend to fluff the bag. One of the big thing is that, all right, see the now. Simon Reggae Boy's commentary said Waterhouse goalkeeper coach is also on international duty in Turkey. The thing is, because the season closed off now, I think more than enough work with that. Well, in-game management to the goalkeeper can be an issue, as I say. In-game management can be a thing, but I think where training is concerned, I don't think that I got impede them, because the groundwork would have been done throughout the season. I think where the in-game management part of it now, I think that is where can be a problem, because most persons don't know that when games are played, the goalkeeper coaches are speak to the goalkeeper right through the game. I tell them what they can do better, tell them you can do this, you can do that. Give them some cues when to do this, when to do that. So maybe that also can be a factor, as mentioned by Reggae Boy's commentary. So that's a big insight there that I wasn't even thinking about it. So massive respect to that, Simon. Jesse Guna said, we need Tivoli coach, so I am selfishly rooting for Waterhouse. Yeah, that's a big point that we never really touch on. And I think that's a talking point I might touch on as well. Jerome Waite, in the event he goes a bit further into the competition, how would that go? I think strong possibility. What's going to happen is this. I think it's still going to leave with the U20, and the assistant coach for Tivoli Garden might have to take over, because international duty tends to take priority. So the assistant coach might have to take over where that is concerned, and Jerome would have to leave his team in that regard. I do think that would have been a bit tough, a bit rough for him, because at the end of the day, he would want to be there to reap some of the fruits of the hard labor that he would have put in, and he would have missed out a whole portion of the final part of the season. So, and possibly miss everything. So, I think that's a good point to bring up. Something to look into as well. But I do believe that Jerome would want to reap some of the fruits of his labor. So definitely, I think overall, I have to go and say, no, I'm going to go Tivoli Garden for this one. It's not biased. It's not. Only bias when I talk about Portmore. Only bias when I talk about Portmore, so people should already know that. So I think I'm going to go with just the underlying metrics, and I think performance-wise, I think throughout the season, Tivoli has had a better performance. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to jump and check the head-to-head between Tivoli and Waterhouse. Let me see if I can find that. And so far this season, Tivoli played Waterhouse twice, and Tivoli beat Waterhouse 3-0. 3 goal scorers: Alton Lewis, Howard Morris, and Kimarley Smith. My apologies there. Oh, no. Yes, so it was 1-0. Tivoli defeated Waterhouse 1-0 at Waterhouse, at Jerusalem. I think this game was played at Jerusalem. 1-0. It was 1-0, people. My apologies. And the goal was scored by O'Dane Pinnock, captain, centre back. Really, really good defender in my view. I think he's highly, highly underrated, but I think he's a very, very good defender. I'm very, very good defender. Anyways, let me see if I can find the next game that they played. So I'm just searching on the app here. And as mentioned, the first game finished 3-0 to Waterhouse. So overall, over the 2 games that Tivoli would have played Waterhouse so far this season, Tivoli would have scored 4, conceded 0. Tivoli would have 2 wins. In that game, in that 3-0 game, Tivoli were Shaquille Jones, Justin Dodd, and Howard Morris. So apparently Howard Morris loves to score against Waterhouse. Apparently. So let's see if he's going to replicate history. Drew Ross said, yo, Jason, I tried to say up from your stream, bro, but the way all my body set up, I find. Drew Fortis, it sound like you open a age, man. It sound like you kick down age. You see, you can't hold up at night time. Anyway, so not saying that I'm writing off Waterhouse, because Waterhouse is a big club. It's a huge, huge club with a huge history, and certainly means that they can turn up and get the job done just the same. But where analysis is concerned, where statistics is concerned, where history is concerned, where recent history is concerned, I would say, I would have to definitely say Tivoli Garden would have been the ideal team to go for if you are going to put your house, land, and car on this game. I think they are the ideal team to look at. Now, next matchup for Monday evening, the big bad Portmore United versus the mighty Arnett Garden. And the reason I'm saying mighty Arnett Garden is because of the support base. Arnett Garden have the loudest, most active support base. I'm also gonna do a IG live stream covering the Premier League. Arnett Garden have a big support base. And from that support base, people that say they're noisy, they're loud. But really and truly, I think where support is concerned, what I've seen this season, I think the Arnett Garden supporters have been tremendous. They have been really, really tremendous this season. Anyway, team they didn't come out in their numbers, full support and make nice and enjoy themselves at the games. And John know where the lady name, and I figure out her name. Big up yourself, mommy. Every match here, me and her cuss. Every match, me and her cuss down at Arnett. One Arnett Garden number 1 supporter. Can't be something forgot her name. My apologies, mommy. My apologies. But one Arnett Garden number 1 supporters. Every day, me and her cuss nice stats. Once Arnett a play, and she did it, I go support the next team just to stir up some argument, stir up some discussion. But big up yourself, mommy. Every time, make sure that I'll see you Monday. Hopefully, I'm going to see you on Monday. So we are meet back again. So this season we have had a brilliant display over Arnett Garden. This particular season, we drew 1 and we win 1. We drew over Portmore United. That game ended 2-0, and we drew at Arnett Garden 1-1. Now going to Arnett Garden and get a 1 point, may I tell you that's huge, a big something that, because to go down at Anthony Spalding, may I tell you say rough. It really rough, people. But if I'm not going to be biased, I'm going to go with statistics. So far this season, Portmore United have been a bit more consistent than Arnett Garden. In my view, not just my view, the numbers are there to prove for that. Now, we're goal difference on Portmore United 21 plus 21, Arnett Garden 20. Now, Arnett Garden would have a very good strike force to the like of Kimani Harbour and Shea Smith, Kyle Dixon, Fabian Reed. They have so much Shepherd, Jaime Thomas. They have so much firepower, whole heap of firepower. But guess what Portmore United have? A solid defense. Then they can't breach. But Portmore also have the firepower. But guess what? Last time out, we scored 3 goals on them, and they have only scored 1 on us. So which means that over the 2 games that we have played so far this season, Portmore United is ideally the better team, in that aspect. And most definitely, the numbers would reflect that Portmore United is a better team, and also where win and those of the concern. Like we win, Portmore have a whole per draw though. We have a whole per draw. And just that's the problem. If we're going to lose, if the game look like we're going to lose, we're not lose. We kind of stick it out for a draw. Big problem here is still unsure if Philip Williams is back as yet, because he's not with the squad right now. So I'm a bit concerned about that. I'm very concerned about that, because I strongly believe that ideally I would want to see my coach on the sidelines. But I think Rudolph Austin, the assistant coach, is very much competent enough to take control of what's going on. Well, Rudolph Austin is not there. Oh my word. So we're not trouble. Well, if I'm not sure yet, but I could say. We're supposed to be in trouble. I think we're in a serious trouble. Serious trouble. Yep, we're in trouble because Austin gone. We're in trouble. But yeah, hopefully the coach is back, and that is not an issue. Because me tell you the truth, I don't want that to be an issue. I really don't want that to be an issue. Anyways, all right. So based off the numbers, I'm going to put away bias aside. Based off the numbers, I have to say Portmore United is a team which is likely to go through. If all the factors, if the coach is not there and the assistant coach has to take the helm, I think me have to go nod it to Arnett Garden. If the assistant coach is there, I might just nod it in favor of Arnett Garden. And if the head coach is there, I'm still going to take my stance and say, you know what, I think Portmore United will go through. But if the coach is not there, I'm going to give the favor to Arnett Garden. Arnett Garden in a good mood. They have quality players. They have a good coach, and they have a good culture, and they have a good overall team in all aspects. So I think that it's a team that I'm kind of fearful of because of the attacking force that they have. But nonetheless, I definitely believe that Portmore United can certainly get the job done if the head coach is there. All right, so here what's going to happen here, people. I won't go and do the preview for the semi-finals, because really and truly it's a two-legged tie, so we haven't passed the quarterfinals as yet. So it's basically a waste time if we don't touch on that. But what I'm going to show is this: if either side go through, if Tivoli go through based off my prediction, they will face Mount Pleasant. If on the next side, if based off my prediction, if Portmore United go through, they will face Cavalier. If the coach is not there for Portmore United, I believe that Arnett Garden will go through. Many will say, boy, if you have faith on my side, I do have faith in my team, but small details matter. The little things always matter. And I think that is it for me tonight, people. I think that will cover everything that I want to cover. Drew said, up Simon. Drew said, yo, Jason, okay. Jason said, it's all good, Drew. Respect for the view. And like same way, and can always catch the rewatch. Big up yourself, Jason Guna. Big up yourself, Drew Fortis. Everybody in the comment section. Fresh God, massive respect, Fresh God. Fresh God, any day we both saying a Fresh God, you don't know. Fresh God, me always tell any day when you see me, I lose it. Any day on Fresh God, any day when you see me, I lose it. And start behave a particular way like me better than this singer, want to tell me, want to call me out. Because anything Buster Fresh God, you're there from day one, have to give you ratings, and you don't know, so we have to make things happen. Anyways, people, big up on yourself, Simon. Big up everybody in the comment section. Massive respect. Thank you very much for tuning in. And I don't know Fresh God, I love people. Anyone see me start go on a particular way. If me I go like me better than this singer. I go on like me too hype. Wanted to draw me, you see me? And yo, me I go in the authority for box me down on the road. Anyone see me? I make a war thought. Once you see me, I get out. And once you start behave too hype, want to put me back down and say, oh, MJ, remember where I come from. Because I always want to say humble. Because I believe when you're humble, things tend to work out better for you. Because when you're humble, you are more understanding, and you are also more understood. Big up yourself, people. Everybody in the comment section, massive respect. Have a good night. Wonderful night of game of football. Tier 2 I go on, I'm not getting no results yet. So, don't know. When we get them or something, going to some update on that. See you guys again next time. Until, again, MG Sports TV. I'll probably do one live tomorrow. So look out for that one there. MG Sports TV, I'm out. God bless. Boom. Good night.